We have some more Spellcaster rank 4 action. We have Doomsy and even the very famous Illusion Pile. Now make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more Oz content. Now this is an interesting concept of a deck because you're going to notice we're playing the Heroic level 4 monster in here. Now there's a reason why you're doing this, is because we can combine this with the new Possessed Resident spell card to target it, and then it ends up giving it the ability to bring out a dragon normal monster from the deck. But I mean, obviously its attack and defense are going to be 0, so you can bring out the Alexandrite dragon, but then the Possessed Residence is also going to bring out the level 4 Light Charmer monster from the deck. So you actually get 2 bodies set up on the field for a 2-card commitment. It's an interesting idea. It's something that I've not seen being brought up just yet, and this list was able to top for its tournament in the OCG, which was pretty interesting to say the least. So you've got an interesting rank 4 turbo idea sitting on your desk. Next up, we have Doomsy. Now, Doomsy has been honestly evolving in some interesting directions because, you know, we had the whole giant idea of let's test out all of the broken bamboo sword stuff in the deck, and then we kind of shifted away from that idea. It's not saying that the idea is terrible, no, but what we're seeing now is we've stepped away from the concept and ideas of that. We've gone more into the we're going to abuse the pendulum to actually get the power patron Jupiter beamed out on the field way easier, which is probably what we needed to be focusing on. I actually think that, you know, relying on your boss monster as the key component for what your deck is supposed to do is absolutely wonderful. We do get to see the additional Solemns down here in the side deck. That's become a pretty standard mainstay for this, so not too bad. Next up, we have the Illusion Pile. So this is kind of interesting because I haven't seen the new Illusion stuff actually making a difference in here. But this list actually is using it. We've also even got the new Thousand Eyes in here as a choice for you to make. But also, I do like the fact that post-side decking, this deck gets to become a very real threat because the Shaddoll stuff gets to come in. We have seen that the Shaddoll stuff has been such a big help to decks that want to find a specific earth monster and actually get it dropped down. Like, it has actually helped out. So many of these variants actually come into a reality, and I actually think that that's really, really cool. I do expect to see more discussion on those sort of explanations as, you know, players start to explore different variables for this. But interesting. I like this. You definitely do get to see some interesting takeaways. Next up is Mitserugi, and I mean, this has become a pretty normal challenger in the meta. This deck getting access to a bunch of custom cards that we don't have. Like, for example, you get to use the Demise to access the Mitserugi Ritual for a 3rd time. You get access to the Harmonium Hand Trap, which gets to drop Herald from the extra deck, which then turbos the deck's consistency by a lot. Like, it actually makes some pretty big differences for what this deck is trying to do. And honestly, I love that idea. I love that, you know, we are seeing some major pushes and upgrades to see this deck becoming more of a titan within the meta. But man, it is crazy just to think about, you know, this deck actually getting the chance to turn into this crazy monster with all of these custom support cards. So our build will never be as good as this ever again. Next up, we have some Predlant access. Now, I am very happy to see that players are actually looking to Predaplants as an actual deck to play. Now, they are playing the Dragonborn Princess. I do think that that card is very, very good for the deck. Also, you know, being able to have it work underneath Plant and Dragon. They did a good job giving access to the deck for that. You do see we are playing 3 of the new Dominus trap card in here as well. That Dominus is going to help out with a lot of the control options, especially, you know, you've got access to do Dominus Impulse as well within this deck. So having 5 Dominus is also, we are playing the Apex Fusion and Super Poly, both of which are going to be very, very strong. As you can see, we're not dedicating anything crazy into the extra deck. Like, just kind of keep it simple and clean. You know, trying to do the new Crystal Wing was like cool, but like, you got to be a little bit wary of things. Ooh, this duelist has been every single week. I don't know what it has been with the idea, but they've been trying to put BS into the Albaz deck to basically end up creating this pile. Now, this week, I mean, we've got Bestials in here for interactions. We have Lava Golems to basically break apart the opponent's field so that we can actually try to get set up and play the game. But it's basically like a going second list that you're trying to rely on these different power cards to be able to help you break through the opponent's field. I mean, is that a terrible idea? No. Not necessarily, but I mean, we just should be seeing these new BES cards maybe make a splash. It's highly unlikely, but they are good design cards. And if you are an old fan of Gradius, you might want to try something like this. It's a fun little, you know, experiment. Next up, we have the Tellarknight pile. There has also been a fairly decent amount of success with this idea going around where, you know, this deck actually just rank 4 turbos better than the other rank 4 turbo decks that exist within the meta right now. But also at the same time, I mean, you can branch beyond your rank 4s and you can get access to Diamond. We have Ptolemy that we can access. You know, you got to think about the payoff that you're getting when you step beyond what already exists within the scope for the deck. And I do kind of like that theory of what you're seeing here. Deck looks pretty clean. I got to give them some credit. It has been growing on me the more that I have seen this list pop up every single week. And, you know, this is not just a one-off thing. This has been happening every single week that there's an event in Japan that suddenly, you know, this deck is taking things by storm. So that's definitely worth looking into. Next up is we have another pile deck. Now, I see we are doing Medius and Friends in here as well, but we're also focusing on more of the art mage stuff so that we can kind of use that to generate, you know, an end board. And then, of course, you know, Expulsion also coming together as well. But I mean, the reason why I think this build is good is because, you know, the art mage stuff generically interacting with the fusion stuff is pretty solid. I will say, though, the art mage stuff is looking like a pretty solid choice in the OCG that you can just splash into these already existing fusion piles. And it feels like you can actually have a payoff with this, you know? You don't have to actually feel like, you know, you're making bad committal decisions. No, that's not the case. I actually quite like the differences, though Expulsion is a crazy crack card. Next up, we have access to Malice. Ah, baby. Triple Dimensional Fissure and triple of the new Dominus to control the opponent is a fever dream, man. Like, you've got players out here that are going to be looking at this for a while, and they're going to be going, oh, yeah, there's a reason why the OCG version of Malice actually remains playable. And, yeah, I mean, Dimensional Fissure does patch up some of the problems, but also, I mean, they have access to the white binder while we still have access to the red ransom. You know, they can regenerate their board like that. We don't have the turn your brain off and, you know, throw the free monsters onto the field to be able to, you know, regenerate it. It's just, that's not how our side of the game is. So I do like, once again, that we do see, you know, something like this actually being workable, but man, it is kind of a struggle bus out here to play it any differently. And then we've also got some Vanquish Soul. Vanquish Soul playing Power Patron cards is such a fever dream to me, but it still continues to be an interesting concept, to say the least, right? I mean, your job with the Power Patron stuff is to have additional fire monsters that you can reveal to your opponent, but also it gives you access to end board pieces. You know, we can make the Dark Strike Fighter, we can make the Baron de Fleur. You know, this isn't just one of those, we can't actually deal with this. No, it actually does look pretty decent on paper, actually. So what do you guys think about this? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.